Today we are talking about stress management in human design and gate 52. Gate 52 is the gate of stillness in human design, and essentially if you have this gate defined, then you find clarity when you're able to sit still for a moment before jumping into taking any kind of action. So if you are new here, hello, my name is Ebony. I am a human design reader, expert, and coach, and today we are talking about gate 52. So the shadow of this gate is stress. It's both physical and mental stress. This gate is in the root center. So it's really about that wanting to take action, that pressure to take action, to be doing things, right? So when it comes to the shadow of stress, you're either crumbling under it. So it's like there's too much, everything is happening all at once, I can't handle it, or you're in this kind of a restless mode. Like you're feeling that there's so much going on around you that you can't take a break. You cannot stop. You have to keep going and pushing and taking all this action, right? So those are the two different manifestations of the shadow of stress. But at the end of the day, it's stress, both physical and mental stress, in either form that you have it, right? So the gift of this gate, restraint. I don't know why that slipped my mind. So the gift of this gate is restraint. And it requires a few things. Number one, it requires you to be very grounded in the present moment, right? It requires you to kind of come back into yourself. Like all the things are going on, right? You know, the bills need to be paid. Maybe you're having marital issues. The kids need things done. You need to do things for your parents. You have work, you have school. You have all these things going on, right? The first thing you want to do is just come back. Take a deep breath, come into the present moment, and just kind of get in tune with what are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's going on right now? Because the stress, right, the root center, especially the undefined root center, it likes to make everything urgent. It likes to make everything an emergency. Like it all needs to be done right now. However, you can create urgency, to get something done without making it an emergency, right? So first thing is just coming back to yourself. What's going on? How am I feeling? What am I thinking? What is going on, right? It's shifting your focus. And then where this shadow of restraint really comes into, where you start to really use that, is in regards to your reaction to the stress. So if you're in that kind of restless mode and you're like, I have to just keep going and going because there's so much going on, it's restraint. It's pulling yourself back. Like, I'm not going to take action until I figure out what is it that I should actually be doing. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to figure out, okay, what actually needs to be done right now? What is this urgency supposed to be used for right now? Because I can't do everything, can't do everything right now. So what are the things that I want to focus on right now? Releasing that stress and simply focusing on the things that need to get done, right? If you're in this space where you're crumbling under the stress, right, it's restraint in the fact that I'm not going to focus on all the things, right? So in both situations, it's really coming to this space of I'm just going to focus on what needs my focus right now. Yes, everything is happening right now. Yes, everything is going. The world doesn't stop spinning. However, I don't need to juggle all of these balls at once. I can sit some of these balls down and focus on the balls that need my attention in this specific moment. That's where the restraint comes in. I'm not going to allow myself to crumble under the pressure. I'm not going to allow myself to get sucked into this whole picture when I can just take it frame by frame, right? I'm not going to keep jumping into action. I'm going to take a minute and just figure out what needs to be done right now. That's the restraint that we're talking about, right? The city of this gate, the highest expression of this gate, is stillness. It's mental stillness that brings clarity. Because the fact is, if you think about an ocean, right? If you're on a boat and there's, a storm, it's like the waves are crashing, there's thunder, there's lightning, you can't see in front of you, right? It's probably dark. The waves are going. There's no, it's like you can't see forward, right? You can't see straight. They're it's just dark, right? But when you're on a boat, the water is calm. There's no clouds in the sky. The sun is shining. That's where you're like, okay, I see where I need to go. It's the same thing with your mind. If your mind is stormy, if your mind is raging, your ability to see a path forward is muddied, right? So with this gate, you're really tapping into your ability to just be mentally still. And with that stillness comes the clarity that you need to move forward in the way that's going to be best and most aligned for you. And that is really the gift of this gate, is your ability to almost stop time. It's like, world, stop, right? And you're just kind of in this place of like this meditative bliss almost, where you can see very clearly, okay, this needs to get done, this needs to get done, this needs to get done. I'm going to focus on this. Y'all can wait. And as you untangle one knot at a time, you can start to see the clarity in the bigger picture because you're not staring at this big jumbled mess, right? So that is Gate 52. I highly recommend that you check out my playlist that has the gates of human design as I go through them. I will link that in a card, and I will see you in the next video.